96.5 WKLH. Dave, Doreen, and Gino, we are honored. We are proud to be hosting the annual Miracle Marathon, the Radiothon benefiting Children's Wisconsin, one of the finest pediatric care institutions in the entire world. And who better to fill us in on what Children's Wisconsin is all about, other than the Air family? We're going to talk to Tiffany, who is mom, first. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us. And can you introduce us to those beautiful children on either side of you, please?
To my side here is, sorry. Cullen. This is Cullen.
Hi, Cullen.
Hi, Cullen.
You 5, Cullen? He's 5. And how old are you, Tiffany? How old is the daughter?
She is 3.
He's 3. Okay. I can't even begin to explain how much time over the past 5 years you and your family have spent at Children's. But I can say that Brooke, who is there as well, has become almost like a member of the family. Certainly one of your son's favorite people in the world. Brooke, thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. And Brooke works for Children's Wisconsin and is a nurse there. And I wanted to ask you, Tiffany, how you knew that Cullen was going to have issues. Did you know right away?
So when I was pregnant with him, we were following him. I have some valve malformations. So they followed Cullen while I was pregnant. And after he was born, he had some malformations of his valves, but we just assumed myself he wouldn't have issues. He would just grow and everything would be normal. But then when he was 8 months old, he ended up developing cardiomyopathy, which is not actually related to his valve malformations. It was just another gene that they found later on that caused that. And so we kind of knew, but at the same time, we weren't really expecting the complications that he had.
And you guys live like in Mosinee, right? In the central part of the state?
Yes.
So you started out there for treatment?
Yeah, we started at, he saw the pediatric care at actually Marshfield because they have a pediatric children's there. So we started in Marshfield and he saw the doctors there. We were in the PICU there for 4 weeks. And at that time, they transferred us to Milwaukee, and we were under the care of Dr. Kindle for heart transplant.
Hi, Cullen wants to say stuff.
Yeah, you know what? He likes doing the superhero moves. It's like he's showing us his muscles.
I think he is. He's being a superhero. Aren't you? Yeah, he is.
Can I not do it? What are you trying to do?
What are you trying to do?
A robot. You thought you were a robot?
Robot.
Got it.
I get confused between superheroes and robots.
I know. Sometimes, well, it'll come back. The superpower will come back. Trust me, it will. Brooke, you are intimately familiar with Cullen and, of course, with the entire Ayers family. But explain how you come into play and why you have become, well, such a friend of Cullen.
So I started taking care of Cullen right away. He was really sick when he initially came in. He had fevers and was in a lot of pain, had a lot of stuff going on. So I took the role of being his primary day shift nurse. I knew that they needed the consistency in his care, so I took care of him. I remember one day he finally said my name. He's like, "Brooke, get me some water." And I was like, "I'll do anything for you, kid. Like, I'll do whatever." So I pretty much have been with them since the beginning. He's an amazing kid, funny. He'll do dance parties in his room with us, all the nurses. Everyone loves him. I'm his primary nurse, but everyone on the floor, care partners, nurses, doctors, we all love him.
I can see why. Tiffany, though, Cullen is not your only frequent flyer at Children's. Talk a little bit about what you guys have been through with Eliza.
So Eliza also had some heart issues, and everything was looking good. She had a routine echo in, I believe, February, and they found that she was in heart failure and things just were not looking good, and she was going to need surgery to repair her heart. So she, on March 22nd, had open heart surgery and was there for 2 weeks and is doing much better now. She's home and thriving.
So how are you doing, Cullen? Cullen, how are you doing?
Do you
Do you feel good?
Yeah. You look good.
And what do you call Brooke, Cullen? What is your name for Brooke? Is she a superhero too?
Yeah, Hulk smash.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's awesome. How do you feel about that, Brooke?
I will take no other title. That's an awesome title.
Well earned, I bet.
Mhm.
Can you tell us from your perspective, Tiffany, what Children's Wisconsin has meant to you and your family?
They have been such an important part of our lives. In the last 5 years, we've probably spent more time at Children's than we have at home. They go above and beyond to just find the best care for your kids and make sure that your kids will thrive and have a successful life. And the nurses and doctors are like a second family to us because we've spent so much time with them, and they've been there through so many ups and downs. Through so many ups and downs, and they just make sure that the patients and the families are taken care of, and we're very grateful for everything they've done for us.
Well, that's the thing, Tiffany. When this happens, you have to feel so alone, but then you realize that you have so much support at Children's.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and they're all fighting for you and for your kids, which superhero, perfect description.
Brooke, what do families who are in for the long haul, what are some of the special, unusual things that we who have never met and maybe had to do that don't think about? What kind of things do the folks at Children's help with in terms of support for families?
So not only taking care of their kids, we also want to take care of the parents. And then pre-COVID, we could actually see the siblings in the hospital. So we have child life, we have recreation therapy that are there to support not only the patients, but their siblings as well, because that's a huge part of it. So that kind of care. The Ronald McDonald House across the street is a great resource. So I think a lot of people could volunteer there or donate money or meals. That's a great way for our families to kind of get a break outside of the hospital and spend some time there. And I know a lot of our families commute from pretty far away, so they're able to stay there as well. But we're just trying to be the support for the family. Like, tell Tiff, like, go get a break, go step out of the room, go get some food, and we'll stay with Cullen, make sure he's safe. So just knowing that we're taking care of their kid if they need like a moment to take care of themselves.
And for those of you who may not be aware of the Herma Heart Institute at Children's, it is the largest pediatric cardiac care center in the state. It's ranked as one of the best in the nation for pediatric cardiology. And Tiffany, I know that your experience at the Herma Heart Center has been nothing short of a miracle, hence the Miracle Marathon, especially as it relates to both of your kids. Can you tell moms and dads out there who might be thinking about donating but aren't quite convinced yet why it's important to contribute and to support Children's?
Well, every day families go in and through the doors of the hospital, and some might just be there for routine visits or minor surgeries, but there's so many families there who are fighting big battles, and your support makes that possible. It helps them provide the care that the families need, whether it's the Herma Heart Institute or the Mac Fund Center, which we spent so much time in the Mac Fund Center, or all the other things that the hospital requires.
Cullen, what do you want to say to Brooke? You want to say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
With a B.
What?
You start with a B block.
I do start with a B.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Good observation. That's a good one. Hey, Cullen, can you tell everybody at home to donate money to Children's?
Can you say that?
Just say donate money to Children's. No, he's not going to do it.
Donate money to children.
Perfect.
Money to children.
Yeah, great job.
Way to go.
Very good job. Well, it was an honor and pleasure to meet you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Brooke, thank you as well. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.